cool to me that like two of us from the same place kind of grew up, and now I'm like, now we're neighbors. It's like it's you don't see stuff like this.
Crazy that you guys came up together.
When you actually get to interact with us and you see how close we actually are, I think people can then take a step back and go, okay, I get it now why these guys don't want to fight each other. I'm just very proud of everything we've accomplished. We've done everything already. We've beaten all the toughest guys. We traveled the world. Life is so good. Bro, I've helped you so much. You've helped me so much. And it's just nice to see us both get to where we want to be without ever having to cross that path where we're going to fight.
I'm grateful because I have a life, what I have, and I have a friend like Aljamain Sterling. When I said we are friends, we are really friends. You know, we are sparring partners. We live next to each other in Vegas, and we always call each other, like support each other. We know each other's family, and we are friends. And I'm grateful to have a friend like this.
Now, if that don't tug on your heartstrings even a little bit, bro, you might have something wrong with you. You might need to go get that checked out. You might be dead inside, bro. But you just don't see that a lot in MMA. And I was thinking, watching Merab this past weekend win, and I always look over at Aljo when the last few times Merab's defended the title, just to see his reaction. I used to look at Merab when Aljo would win. And it's just, yeah, you don't see friends like that are like genuinely happy. Like you can tell Aljo is genuinely happy for Merab. And people, they forget that he stepped aside, Yeah, he lost to O'Malley, but he could have stayed in the division and tried to get that rematch. He could have maybe taught Merab out of, who knows, but it's got to be different to like step aside. Now he's in a new division. He's at featherweight. It doesn't really feel the same to me. He doesn't have that history like he did at bantamweight. But yeah, like him and Merab's friendship is really wholesome, bro. It's so wholesome, man. Just you don't see that a lot. And I think back to Aljo when he won the belt and all the hate he got, bro. I mean, I saw a post literally right before I started recording this video. It was like, which MMA wins shouldn't count. And, they were listing ones, and Aljo Piotr Jan one was right up there. People still talk about that. And if you're being logical, bro, like seriously, be logical. Aljo didn't do anything wrong. People didn't really get mad at him until he posted the clip at the after party, and he explained that. That's what I don't understand about MMA fans, bro. Like when a fighter does something and everybody freaks out and hates on him, and then they explain it, like they put out a post, they put out a video. I mean, of course, guys can lie. I can tell a lot of times when guys are lying. But if a guy puts out a post and he explains, this is what happened, they clipped this out, you only saw this part, you would think most of the time that fans would just be like, oh, okay. Because that's what I did. Like, I never was like a big fan of Aljo, but I didn't dislike him. I was just kind of whatever, I didn't have any, whatever. And so around that time, I think in the sport also, I was in my life, you go so many years watching MMA and you have ups and downs in your life. And I remember around that time, was that around COVID time? I think it was. Yeah, I was just in a weird place, bro. I still watched the sport. I watched all the events, but I just wasn't as dialed into the sport back then. And so I wasn't like on this big hype train of Piotr Jan. Like I liked Jan, he was cool, but I just wasn't this massive fan like everyone else was at the time. I hadn't really been following him that much. So I didn't care really. I was like, oh yeah, it's a legal knee. It's pretty, it did look kind of weird the way Aljo was acting after, but he was rocked, bro. He got kneed in the face. And so I never hated on him for that. I never really understood that. And then Pro had to wait like over a year. I went back and looked. It was a year and a month. He had to wait for that rematch. I can't remember if he had an injury or there was a lot of, he had to wait a year regardless before he got that rematch. And he shut everyone up. Everyone thought he was going to get destroyed in the rematch. And it didn't go that way. And so the dude has just had so much hate and he really doesn't deserve it. I mean, he really doesn't. And then to see him step aside and watch Merab fulfill his dreams and like cheer him on and support him is so wholesome, bro. Aljamain Sterling really is one of the good guys in MMA. I respect the hell out of Aljamain Sterling, man. Just the way he handled the whole situation. He's moved up and, just he's a good guy, bro. He's a good guy. And he's somebody that really I wish earlier on I'd backed him, And so we really should think about that, bro. When you're watching these fighters, things happen, bro. People make mistakes. People get shown like things can like take a turn that you didn't expect. And I always tried to like put myself in these guys' position and think, man, how would I feel if I won the belt that way? How would I feel if all these people were hating on me? And a lot of times the people that are hating the most are the ones that like can't take any criticism themselves. So it's tough, man. But yeah, I just wanted to make that video and just, give Aljo his credit because he deserves it. He really does. He's a good guy. Him and Marab's relationship's really wholesome and we don't really get a lot of, and it's cool to see, bro. So I also wanted to say, it really showed that if Aljo would have stayed around and got that rematch with O'Malley, things might have went a little differently. It might not have been as easy as it was the first time. He came into that fight injured. He came into that fight, short notice, trying to help the UFC. The UFC really pressured him to take that fight. And so it just, seeing Marab submit O'Malley, not easily, but seeing him finish O'Malley like that really had me thinking like, man, Aljo definitely could have done that. He definitely could have. Aljo is a better submission artist. Like, if he would have stayed in the division, I know the weight cut was hard on him and, he had his reasons for moving up, but let's not forget that if he would have stayed in the division, eventually got that rematch, he could have done the same thing that Marab did last Saturday. So Aljamain Sterling deserves all the respect, bro. All the respect in the world. The fans really should give him his flowers. Like, he's been around, he's put in the work. He stepped aside, let his friend fulfill his dream, supported him the whole way, never showed any signs of shade, jealousy. That's a genuine person, bro. That's a genuine person. You don't see that a lot in MMA sometimes. So I just wanted to make a video talking, giving Aljo some props because fighters don't get that enough. They really don't. They deal with a lot of hate, bro. A lot of hate that most people would not be able to take. So next time you see Aljo, give him some respect, give him some props, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.